Hey Lucky Charmers, how you doing today? So welcome back to another episode of the Prison Diaries. If you haven't become an official Lucky Charmer yet, make sure to hit subscribe. Also, if you'd like to read along with me, you can. The link is in the description. Otherwise, let's get going. Today is July 30th, 2019, and on this day, July 30th, 2016, I was in jail writing in my journal. Dear Journal, dang, have I got a lot to tell you. And yet, oddly enough, hardly any time to write. We are locked down twice a day. Once in the morning from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and then again in the evening from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. I like to write you every day during the second lockdown. The closer I become to Selly, the closer I become to Sky, which is my Selly, the more we talk. Tonight, for instance, we talked the whole lockdown about this guy, Hercules. Hercules is somebody that I was involved with while I was in that jail, and I made a few prior videos about him before I started reading my journal entries. I wanted so desperately to never have to talk about him. Hercules is this egomaniac guy that I used to mess around with in the trusty pod. He's a dog and a womanizer and just goofing off, treating his time in jail like he is at the carnival. We have a long history that you should consider yourself lucky that I wasn't writing you while it was going on. During those months, you could have titled all my journal entries, "My life and all my thoughts revolve around Hercules. Here is what he has done today." Ugh. Talk about a hot-ass mess. Anyway, what are the odds my cellie had an incident months ago where his cell was cleaned out by one of the trustees, meaning he was robbed. That trustee stole pictures of my cellie's baby mama and has been showing off the pictures as if the chick has been writing him. People are so tacky. People are so tacky. That is kind of sad, actually, to tell you the truth. But anyway, that trustee just happened to be Hercules. Oh my gosh. I was wondering, I was searching my brain as I was reading this. I was trying to remember if it was Hercules or somebody else. I couldn't quite remember, but yeah, that is pitiful. And now that I'm reading this, I do remember. Anyway, what are the odds of all the trustees? It was Hercules. And then the fact that Sky is now my cellie. Twist of fate, who knows? Hercules is such an idiot. He even wrote on the back of the photos, "To Hercules from me." Dumbass. Yeah, from me, because he didn't know her name, obviously. Yeah, so Sky and I had a good long talk. I don't want to talk about Hercules. I was consumed by the bastard for 5 months. I'm done thinking about him. I'm done talking about him. I'm headed off to prison, and I hope his name never comes up again. That is ironic. Moving on, last night was really crazy. The redhead Danny, and Jason, which is somebody that I have not mentioned yet. Jason is not somebody that I've mentioned. And I can't, off the top of my head, I can't remember who that is, but let's keep reading and find out. The redhead Danny and Jason asked me if I would suck their dicks. I don't know what came over me. I didn't. Let me keep reading. Hold on. I don't know what came over me. The desperation for attention, maybe. But I said yeah. Later, oh, I do remember Jason. Jason, he was this light-skinned guy. He was kind of cute, actually. Danny was not. Danny was not very cute looking. He was like, I don't know, just typical redhead white guy, I guess. Anyway, but I said yeah. Later that night, while sitting at the table playing cards, Jason scooted his chair close to me and told me to touch it. I did twice. Some of these things I forgot, but as I'm reading it, I remember. Just absent-minded. And then also I think I try to block things out of my head, I guess. I don't know. Short-term memory? I don't know. before we locked down for the night, they said that the plan was first thing in the morning when the doors opened, I would meet them downtown on D side. Downtown, like, it's the same pod, but they just had these cute little, you might, maybe you caught the last episode, I was talking about this already, but in a pod, from one side to the other, they would call one side uptown and the other side downtown. Obviously, all the black people hung out on downtown. Anyway, the cool people. But okay. Anyway, when the doors open, I would meet them downtown on D side in the shower upstairs. I said yeah, but after I was laying down on my mat, I couldn't stop thinking, I am surrounded by criminals and drug addicts. There was a time that I was a really good catch to a normal person on the outside living in the real world. Not long ago, I still had some integrity and self-respect. What has happened to me and what is happening? How much further will I sink down this shithole? I still have at least a year and a half to do. I thought, yeah. How much more of myself will I lose? And what I was going to say is that I had thought that I kept going back and forth with my time. I didn't have my release date. I didn't get my release date until, like, after I was in prison. And, until then, I was just trying to guess how much time I had. But I didn't really know exactly until later. But, how much more of myself will I lose, and will any of the good stuff I'm losing about myself ever come back? So needless to say, this morning I chickened out. The doors are opening, and on the weekends we have cell inspection in the evenings at this time rather than first thing in the morning like the weekdays. Got to go. XOXO. Lucky. Yeah, so I was going to say, because when I was reading that, I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, I hope you don't think that I'm a huge slut. But, obviously I didn't. I chickened out. And then I do remember, now that I'm recalling this guy, Jason, later, I might mention in tomorrow's journal entry, actually. Jason, Danny wasn't really all that into me. He really liked trannies, actually, or at least guys that looked like girls, such as Johnny. My friend Johnny had long hair. Teresa, who's not here anymore at this point in my journal, she's already been transferred to a DOC facility. She had really, really long, pretty hair, and she actually was a girl on the streets, like on the outside. And Danny liked people like that, but I guess he just wanted, to get it sucked, and they started coming at me, like, so flattering. But anyway, after I blew them off, I just be telling you ahead of stuff. I just be telling you stuff ahead of time. But I just be clarifying stuff. At first I thought that I'm doing, like, spoilers when I'm telling you these things. But then my reason that I do it is because, by the way, sorry, it's first thing in the morning. And, I haven't had any coffee. But, I clarify these things because I don't know if I'm going to mention it later, so might as well just make it clear now. But anyway, Danny wasn't interested in me, so after I blew them off, I remember that I think he just kind of lets it go. Maybe I might be wrong. But Jason, he still later keeps trying to see, like, if maybe I changed my mind again. Since I said yes once, maybe I'll still do it. But I just couldn't do it. For one, a lot of times I didn't want to mess around with guys in there because of what I just said. It's like, every once in a while I would remind myself, like, you're surrounded by criminals. These aren't just, like, regular guys and we're all just chilling, you know what I'm saying? Like, just kicking it. One, is just not my type of people. Two, I wasn't really attracted to a lot of these guys anyway. It was really just something to do, and sometimes I would just be wanting an itch scratched. But it just, and then I just wasn't all that interested. So that's another reason why I didn't do a lot of things. And then my third reason is because I'm actually a very private person. Like, I like my business my own. If I want to share something like how I do like what I'm doing now. If I want to share something, then I share it. But if I don't want to share something, or if I don't want you or somebody else to know something, then it's mine. It's my choice to have the privacy. You know what I'm saying? In there, you, apart from the many things that you lose, privacy is one of them. You don't really have privacy in there, obviously. You're sharing a cell with somebody, and then you're in a pod with a whole bunch of people. So, it just made me extra careful sometimes, the decisions that I would make, because I knew that all eyes were on me all the time, you know? But anyway, that's all I got for you today. It was short. Whoa, no, it wasn't short. It's 10 minutes long. My bad. Sorry, I'm rambling on thinking that I've only been talking for 3 minutes. But if you made it this far, I love you. And to become an official Lucky Charmer, make sure to hit subscribe. I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Love you guys. Bye.